Hi, my name is Matthew and welcome to another episode of The Sixth Plate. We are in Hanoi, Vietnam. Right, so the chicken pho, the pho basically is a delicacy in Vietnam, right? Everybody eats it. So they have the beef option and the chicken option. I've taken the chicken option and it's basically rice noodle soup. I can see chopped spring onions in there and also chicken. It's a basic broth, but the guy tells me it's different. The last have it with lime, so. Before we go any further, it's time for us to thank our partners without whom these videos would not be a possibility. With over half a century in Pune, India, Blue Nile is the frontline runner to customer service and great food. Blue Nile probably serves the best biryanis in the world. They have the famous saying and it goes, I cannot make everyone happy, I'm not Blue Nile biryani. The South African big boy Rokomamas is now in India across Pune and Goa. They have shed upon a reputation for great barbecued ribs, great burgers and great chicken wings. If you are lucky, you might get the opportunity to make your own burger in their open kitchen. When you're in Vietnam, right, my suggestion is always get yourself somebody who speaks the local dialect, because if you don't, then it's fragmentation of time because not everybody speaks in English. Also, some places have the menu in English, but many places don't. I'm with Jack. Jack brings me to the original joint that serves the egg coffee, right? Everywhere else is twice the price, is 35K. I have the hot egg coffee. He has the cold egg coffee. Now, this is no accident. Back in the days, there was a shortage of milk, right? So the guy invented the egg coffee, which is with the egg white foam. Shall we? So I'm gonna try the hot one first. This is how it looks. Extremely potent in the taste of egg. The texture is quite interesting because it's cold in the beginning and then it becomes really hot when you eat the coffee. That's the cold one. Can I? This is the cold egg coffee. Two things in common. Tastes like egg, smells like egg. But the texture of this is a bit more interesting because it's hot and cold, that's just cold. And it's only for 35,000 dong. Thanks, Jack. Check this out. Chicken feet, mind you, has still got the nails. A duck head. I have no idea what you need this. Pork tail. So 3 kind of animals in here. Okay. I can do this because I do it for my dog. Yeah? The pork tail was not bad. Look at it. Pretty tasty actually. When you pass the rain and stuff like that, it doesn't taste that bad, but maybe you should not see the food before you eat. This place was built in 1070. Look at the depth of the skill of that time. How beautiful this place. And these guys were ahead of time, eh? Actually, everybody who does historical stuff. Look at the beauty. Is the Imperial Citadel of Thang Long, and UNESCO World Heritage Site, which began construction in 1010, ended early 1011. Now this is a complex of historical buildings that is dedicated to the history of Vietnam. This is smack in the center of Hanoi. Walking by, I see these young, beautiful Vietnamese girls wearing the traditional Vietnamese clothing. They were kind enough for me to take a photograph or a video with them. Look at how beautiful these girls are. This is what tradition of Vietnam is. Am I correct? Yeah. Yeah. And they're very shy. Thank you. Xin cảm ơn. The Hoa Lo prison was initially used by the French colonists for the prisoners, later by the North Vietnamese for the American prisoners during the Vietnam War, which later was known as the Hanoi Hilton by the POWs, prisoners of war, that were the Americans. Look at the harshness of that time. This is the common toilet that was built for the prisoners. Now, this was an open toilet in front of all inmates, and when the warden wanted to punish them, he would prohibit cleaning of the toilets, and hence this place would become overflowing with waste and foul smell. Later, prisoners took this to their advantage and started hiding documents in steel cages and nylons in the sewage area, hiding it from the guards, and when the guards left, they would remove it. They helped the revolution, right? But you can only imagine the wow. Fine, man, we are a food show. But one of the reasons why I like to implement culture and history into the format is because it's important for us to understand what was happening in the history. Right? And it's not taking part a lot of the show, but I think it's important for you guys to know. And I suggest that when you come to a new city, figure that out and come. Because many a times the history was dark, very dark. So, this is a fried fish. I don't know what kind of fish it is. This is battered the mother out of it, as in it's bam bam bam, and that's the fish roll. We have. Oh, this is good. The fish roll. Wow. I like it. Okay. This looks like a honeycomb, right? But it's fish. Incredible texture, I'll tell you why. Feels like a crispy skin fish, right? A fish skin. Crispy fish skin, yeah? That's what I'm looking for. Wow! Oh, this is good. This is really good. Right, man, small stall, a lot of smoke, a lot of crowd, equals to the food must be good. So I'm having both the skewers. I'm having a lamb skewer, also a pork skewer. And it is nothing, the lamb skewer is for 25,000 and the pork skewer is for 20,000. That makes it 45,000 in total, approximately $2. Cheap, man. Is the barbecue joint on the street, right? But this is the octopus, right? Of course, I didn't have the balls to have that big. I said, give me a small one. He gave me a small one. He grilled it. He put it in a plate for me. In a glass for me. Mix it with some chili. That's how it looks. Dude, not a big fan at all. This, I'm eating just for the sake of the fucking show. Oh man. Train Street is when the train goes right through the city, and it's really, really narrow. There are cafes all around, and the locals are pretty strict about this, man, because then the train was passing by, they had to push us in. But it's such a beautiful experience, it really is. The snails that you see on the table right here is something everybody on the streets, especially the locals, I mean, everywhere you go, it is this and tons of it, right? So I had to try it. This is how it's done. You take the snail, they have this little gadget right here. You scoop it out. You scoop it out, there you go. Thank you, Grandma. Believe it or not, is a fig pickle. This, according to me, as well as the sauce, vinegar, garlic, chili, gives it a nice flavor, but spicy. As far as the texture is concerned, it's a bit funky. All right, sorry about that. I'm a messy eater, I know. we are going to Ninh Binh province, the capital city of Ninh Binh province, which is Ninh Binh. Now, if you have, let's say, 1 day left in Vietnam, or you're tired of the city life and you want to have 1 day excursion, Ninh Binh is a good choice. 2 hours drive from Vietnam. Is in the north of Vietnam. It has a lot of natural sites and it's pristine because there's a lot of inhabited caves too. Right? It's going to be fun because there are a lot of preserves, lakes, caves. Not a bad way to spend one of your days. On the way from Hanoi to Ninh Binh, they stop at a location for us to have breakfast or coffee, right? A rest stop, but they drop us outside a workshop which is by the deformed in Vietnam. And I've read that many of them are still a byproduct of the dirty bombs during the war and they're genetically deformed. But everything that you see here is created by them only. And they are very, very creative. It's insane. For example, look at this. Look at the detail on this, right? Done by the disabled. You see this? These are eggshells and paintings too, done by the disabled. It's insane. And mind you, when we say deformed, some of them have the legs upside down, some of them have no hands, some of them have a hump on their back. It's insane. Although this place is run by the disabled, it's a proper standard operating procedure. And also today it felt like they have breakfast, right? We're having the banh mi with bacon and egg, the avocado smoothie, and an Americano. Felt like breakfast today. Most of the tours we've been, we had a bit of a issue with breakfast, but today feels good. And all in all, everything was for 50,000 dongs, which is approximately $2.50. This is the biggest pagoda in Southeast Asia, or Asia for that matter. And it's beautiful, guys. It was absolutely worth the walk. This part of the tour was fascinating. Not only did we go through caves, but what fascinates me the most is the calmness it has, and we are surrounded by the wilderness, right? It's a dense rainforest on limestone dotted islands, and it's just a canal of water that goes through it. Dude, I'm having something as the bun chow, vermicelli noodle, the pork.
Yes.
Now, because I have no idea what the to do this, she's gonna teach me how to eat this, okay? Mix?
With noodle and with vegetable.
Stop teasing me, man. The texture, man. The pork is crispy. The veggies, the vinegar, the garlic,
Chili.
and the chili hit you different.
Yes.
So there's a sweet and sour element to this.
Yes.
Really fucking good stuff, man. So this is chaka. It's a fish specialty. I had no idea this is going to be the surprise. They look like pasta, but that's fish stomach, and those are sardines. But this is what I dreaded the most. This is the fermented fish and shrimp paste that even she says she doesn't like. So I'm going to give this a try.
You like it?
Oh my God. That's the nastiest thing I've eaten in a long time.
But Vietnamese people like it.
I'm gonna have the stomach. This is the fish stomach, right? Yeah?
Try.
I have no idea how you eat this, but it was very rubbery, very rubbery. This is not bad at all, but the other one was so nasty. This is good. This is actually not bad.
What
But
is the
this-
sauce better?
This is much better, of course. That's fucking nasty. I don't know how the fuck you guys do this anyway. But oh my God, right? I don't know how the they stomach this, I don't know. So Stella first had to fry this, then she puts the veggies in there, some vegetables. So Stella said, you know what guys, let's go to the oldest pagoda in Hanoi, known as the Changkok Pagoda, correct?
Yes.
Is that correct? Yeah, okay. Now this was built in the 6th century and it is the top 15 most beautiful pagodas on the planet, right? And it's right in the center of Hanoi, in a small little island of the Hanoi Lake, right?
Yes. In Wet Lakes.
A part of the tradition, right, is to release these animals. So I've got two kinds of fish. One is a goldfish, one is an eel, and also this bird. We'll go with the bird first. Stella says, do you want to eat something savory and sweet? I said, okay. So she said, I'll take you to a place known as, what is the name?
This the durian.
Durian chair. Now durian is the smelliest fruit on the planet, right? And we're having a mixture. I can see durian in here. I can see all kinds of different fruits, and this is coconut, right? Yeah, coconut. You know what? Sometimes best is to just eat and don't talk too much about it, right? Let's go. This is the durian. I'm gonna add some coconut to this. It smells good. It's not bad, it's bearable. Once you pass the durian. A little bit of a funky taste, but it's bearable. But would I do this often? Or will I do it as a choice? Take it out. I'm trying my optimum best to process this, but it just doesn't make sense to me. These are not sausage. This is the pork's intestine. It's filled with the inside of the pork, blood, nuts, and mint. The flavor of the mint and the nuts I get, but there's such a bad fucking aftertaste. Oh. Shut the fuck up. Nasty, nasty, nasty. The f do they eat this, man? This is the balut in Vietnam. This is a almost developed fetus. Can you see the bones and everything? Comprises of 36 streets, tiny narrow lanes. And by the way, these guys don't just live here, right? And then it morphs into a party place. But when you walk around, not only do you see locations that give you alcohol, beer, etc., but there are people that are live bands, people that are walking with beatboxes. It's crazy. It's a really nice vibe. I like it. I like it. An amazing thing about Hanoi is that you don't have to worry about what to eat late at night, right? You don't have to go to a restaurant. So much street food. I'm having the duck, the roasted duck. Yeah. 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 Oh my god. Oh my god. Hello. Wow. Check this out. You make the bread half. You take it here, you take another piece here, you take some of this here, okay, right? Real f***ing nice, very nice, very, very nice. Hanoi, the capital city of Vietnam, is an old city, founded in 257 BC, 3rd century. It has the influence of Southeast Asia, China, and also the French. It was a beautiful city. Oh my God, what an experience, what memories, great. Hanoi, according to me, is a representation of whatever we have seen in the movies, heard about when it comes to that particular culture. So for me, it takes the entire Asian subcontinent and it just packs it into one experience. Hanoi, the capital city, is very different from Ho Chi Minh, which is right at the bottom of Vietnam. You see, Hanoi has 3 important cities, right? Hanoi, Da Nang, and Ho Chi Minh. Hanoi is the calmer version of all of them. Beautiful. Hanoi is divided into the old city, right? And also the new city. In the old city, we have something known as the old quarter. That's where we stayed. Mayhem. In the morning, there are narrow streets, right? That people commute, traffic passes by, cars, minivans, etc., etc. But in the night, everything stops. Little tables and chairs comes on the street, and there are at least 5,000 or 6,000 of them on the street. 4 ways. That's close to about 33 odd small narrow lanes. The famous train street is also a walking distance from the old quarter. To begin with, Beer Street, it is crazy because it's music, people from all over the world, and also a lot of good food. Is it considered street food? According to me, yes, because you're eating it on the streets, right? You drink on that, on those tables and chairs, and you also eat on those tables and chairs. Train Street was an experience, man, because it's a train that goes through a narrow part of the city, and they're so strict because the locals get so nervous when the train is coming by, they actually push you off. But it's peppered with a lot of cafes and restaurants. Really interesting experience if you can catch the train passing by, and they'll tell you what the timings are. Close to Hanoi, there is Ha Long Bay and Ninh Binh, both a driving distance between 2 to 3 hours. Excursions outside Hanoi, most of the tour agencies take you there. And to me, it's a must for you to go because you see so much about the city, right? From the hustle and bustle of the city, you suddenly go to Ninh Binh, and oh my God, dotted with limestone islands, so many of them, clean water. What an experience. Small little caves that you go through. Fantastic. Dude, it was fantastic, right? And if you get bored from the calmness of a city, there's so many other choices in and around Hanoi or other parts of Vietnam. The food was fantastic. One thing that I like about Vietnamese food was the texture, man. The texture is different than everybody else. Me, being the Thailand fan that I am, I still found the texture of Vietnamese food a little more different than it is. They have some really local delicacies, right? Like the pho and the banh cha, served everywhere also. Because of the influence of the French in Vietnam, they have maintained the culture of what they call the banh mi, the mini baguettes. Insanely good, man. They take freshness to a different level. Everything about them is fresh. Man, they like everything fresh. It doesn't go down their throat. Also, they come from a very dark history and background, right? The war with the Americans, the dirty bombs, Agent Orange attacks. There's so much, but yet the people are so nice, so humble. They have a smile on their face. They're so creative. Is Vietnam worth it? Absolutely. Do I recommend it? 1000%. I think Vietnam is a accumulation of what the Asian subcontinent is all about. Guys, make it a part of your itinerary because Vietnam was gorgeous. Like the Vietnamese say, Xin Cảm Ơn. That's thank you. Peace out.